Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to discuss best characters in the game of each class with and without suicide masteries. So this was a survey on Reddit. 113 people responded to it. That includes me as well. I will tell what I voted for and then we'll see the results, see if the majority agrees with me. And if you want to take this survey yourself, then the link will be in the description down below. So first category is mutant classes with suicide masteries. So I voted for Omega Red. I think he should be the clear winner. Omega Red should definitely win. And 77% voted for Omega Red, then 8.8% for Domino, which is it makes sense. She can shrug off 50% chance to shrug off the bleed. She has a lot of special damage. A lot of her damage is reliant on SP2 and the SP3. So having recoil, that extra damage, 60% extra damage from just the suicide, so makes sense that she is number 2. But Omega Red definitely wins this by a big majority. Then Namor, I think, should have gotten a little bit more votes. He's actually pretty good with suicide masteries. Then Archangel isn't immune, kind of needs his special attacks from time to time. Then Sunspot needs his SP1, so recoil damage, not bleeding, poison immunity. Colossus got a decent amount of votes, pretty similar to Domino actually. He is bleed immune in shorter fights. He's pretty good with the suicide mastery. For longer fights, with the Frost synergy, you are gaining a lot of power gain. You are using a lot of SP2s to gain more armor ups. In longer fights, you don't really want to run suicide with Colossus. But he is pretty good with them in shorter ones because he is bleed immune and stuff. So Havoc, not immune. You mostly use SP3 with him, I guess, but in order to maximize his damage, you should use your SP1 then heavy attack for the most damage, in my opinion. So yeah, it makes sense that no one actually voted for him. Then Storm, I think this is the Pyramid X, the new version of Storm. I don't think she's that great of a character, but again, I don't have her and I don't have a lot of experience with her. Then we have mutant class without suicide masteries. So I think I voted for Colossus for this, and I think it's going to be between Colossus and Domino. So let's see. So 47.8% people voted for Domino, and just 8.8 for Colossus. He's actually number 4, so I think Colossus should have definitely gotten more votes. He should be number 2 in my opinion, if not number 1. Anyway, so Sunspot got 15.9% votes. That's pretty good. Like, he's a really good character, a lot of damage and stuff, and really high prestige as well. 14.2% for Archangel, and when you can bleed and poison the character, like, he is really good champion. I do have him at 565. I can definitely see him get a lot of votes. And then Namor got a little bit of votes, and Havoc got a little bit of votes, but for the most part I agree with this, except I think then Colossus should have definitely gotten more votes. The next category is Mystic class with suicide. So I definitely think that Clairvoyant with the suicides is a much better character than Doom with suicides. So let's see the results. I think it's going to be between them only. Doom has a lot of players that really like Doom. So 29.2%, 56.6%, and Claire does win. So I have them both at rank 5 of 65. Myself, I did vote for Claire. She is definitely the better character with suicide. You do want to use SP1 in order to get the power control with Doom. So you take recoil damage. He isn't immune to bleed or poison. Same with Supreme, not the best because he isn't immune to bleed and poison. Actually, Magic should have gotten more votes. Magic with suicides, I think, is a better character with Doom with suicides for the most part. Anyways, with Sorcerer Supreme, you won't need to use SP1. Voodoo with suicides, like, his regeneration is reduced by 30% because of the poison. You want to really use your SP1 and SP2 depending on the matchup, like if you want to convert the buffs into poison or power control. So not the best in my opinion with suicides. And Scarlet Witch isn't even available at the 5 or 6 star, and she isn't immune to anything. She doesn't use her SP2 a lot, so again, not best with suicide. So next here is the Mystic class. Without suicide, I think Doom should win this by a vast majority. 88.5% people voted for Doom. He is really good without suicide masteries, and I think Symbiote Supreme should have gotten a little bit more votes. He is pretty good as well. I have Symbiote Supreme as a 6-star rank 2 and Awakened. He is really powerful in the right matchup, like a lot of damage output, a lot of utility as well. Then Magic gets a little bit of votes, Claire get a decent amount, and then Sorcerer Supreme is actually really good in my opinion. One of the best characters for Path 4. So I think when she is more available, people will start giving her some love as well. But for now, definitely Doom is the king of the Mystic class. Then skill class with suicide. None of the skilled characters really benefit from it. Aegon, I think if you have a high combo, then maybe Aegon is good with suicides. But the thing is, when you're building him up, you want to use your SP1. From what I hear, I don't have an Aegon. It's my number one character on my wish list, but I think Aegon is the best character with suicide masteries, and it will be between Aegon and Nick in both categories. Maybe Blade can regenerate a lot, even you can use your SP2s and stuff, and then the recoil damage you can regenerate. You can shrug off the bleed a little quicker maybe. So and 63.7% people voted for Aegon, and 24.8% for Nick Fury, then 10.6% for Blade. No one voted for the Salesforce Spidey. I guess it is between these three for both categories, and I think this is fair. Nick Fury, in a lot of situations, like if you only need him for 1 or 2 fights, then he's actually pretty decent with suicides. When he goes to his second phase, he shrugs them off, and his bleed damage and overall his damage is increased by a lot with suicide masteries. So but for the longer run, you can't sustain him in the second phase, because again when you start off the next fight, you will take the bleed and poison damage. I guess I agree with this. Then without suicides, again I think without suicides, Nick Fury is the better character in 80% of this game, with the bleed immune characters and Labyrinth and Abyss being the exceptions, where I think Aegon is much better. So I think, let's see the votes. Nick Fury 42, just barely beating Aegon, 42.5%, 40.7%. I think I knew it would be close. Blade at 9.7%, and for newer players, I think Blade might be better than both Aegon and Nick Fury. I think if you're talking about 4-star characters, I think Blade is better than both of them for Act 4 and below. But Nick Fury kind of needs deep wounds, and a lot of these newer players, they don't have enough units and stuff to invest in deep wounds and stuff, and Aegon, you don't really have that longer fights in Act 4 and stuff. You won't probably be able to build up to a big combo and stuff. So I think Blade is really good for newer players. Then cosmic characters with suicide masteries, I think Corvus is the best, definitely. So let's see, and 73.5% people voted for Corvus. Then 15.9% for CM, Captain Marvel movie. I don't have her. I've heard a lot about her, being really good. 9.7% for Hyperion, and no one voted for Medusa, no one voted for Venom. So I guess that's fine. I think Medusa is also pretty decent with suicide masteries, but I guess Captain Marvel is better, and Hyperion, I think Hyperion is better without suicide masteries. So I voted for Corvus. And then cosmic characters without suicide masteries, I voted for Hyperion. And let's see, and it's pretty close actually. 35.4% people voted for Hyperion, 35.4%, and then 34.5% people voted for Corvus. I think this is not what I expected at all. Corvus without suicides, again I have Corvus at 565. I don't use him without suicide masteries. getting the first charge is just a big pain. You have to boost pretty hard if you want to use Corvus without suicides. And then CMM at 20.4%. Venom gets more votes than Medusa, and Venom Drug, I think he got really less votes. Medusa should have gotten more votes in my opinion. And otherwise, I guess I agree. Corvus should have gotten less votes without Suicide Masteries. CMM, I don't have her, but I think she is really good, so she could have gotten more votes, I guess. Then moving on to tech class with suicides, definitely Ghost. Like Ghost and Warlock are the best tech characters in both categories. And with suicides, I voted for Ghost, and without suicides, I voted for Ghost. So 81.4%, a big majority, voted for Ghost, and then without suicides, 55.8% voted for Ghost, and 23.9% voted for Warlock. And I agree with this for sure. And then science characters with suicide masteries, Thing is the best, I think, because suicide masteries don't work well with a lot of science characters. So Thing, Captain America, Infinity War, and Quake. I voted for Quake, I think, but in general, I think Thing is better than Quake with suicide masteries. Like Quake is still a better character than Thing, but she does take bleed and poison damage and stuff. So you just let's see. I think Quake will win. So 50.4% voted for Quake, like me, and 24.8% for Thing, and then 16.8% for Captain America Infinity War. And I think this is really accurate. And then without suicide masteries, I think Quake for sure. So 46% voted for Quake, 31% voted for Captain America Infinity War. Void got 12.4%, then 7.1% Human Torch, then Thing got some, and She-Hulk got none. I agree with this for the most part. Void and Captain America Infinity War, I think they are interchangeable. Quake is better than them, and they are all three of them are better than Thing in my opinion. Human Torch in the right matchup is really powerful, so I guess he could have used some more votes. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. It's been more than 12 minutes. Have a nice day. Subscribe for more content. I'm really close to 300 subscribers, hoping that this video would do it. And have a nice day, stay safe, and thanks for watching.